recording, that's okay. So, if you don't know, when it comes to VTubing, there are people like me who are indie VTubers, meaning that we don't have a whole lot of support. Basically, we're in charge of everything by ourselves. There's no team, there's no managers. It's just you and the work that your own back can handle. Then you have VTuber agencies. These are corporations that are supposed to support VTubers in their streaming and video creation endeavors, as well as handle things like their events, merchandise, all of the extra businessy stuff that the VTuber themselves probably doesn't have a whole lot of experience in dealing with. Now, there are a lot of different VTuber agencies and corporations, but I pull a Drake and I like to call them the big three. There's Hololive, Nijisanji, and VShojo. Hololive is a company that's based in Japan, same with Nijisanji, but they are by and large the biggest VTuber agency. Like, a lot of times when you think of a corporation that deals with VTubers, the first thing that's going to come to your mind is Hololive. Right below them is Nijisanji. They don't have the budget or the studio that Hololive had, because Hololive is part of a bigger corporation called Cover, and they deal with a lot of studio, like high-end technical studio stuff. Their studio costs millions and millions and millions of dollars, and I think they have 2 of them now that they rent out to different people. So VTubing is not their only source of income, whereas Nijisanji is only VTubing. So they have significantly less budget, but they managed to somewhat keep pace with Hololive up until last year, maybe 2 years ago, where they got involved with a whole bunch of drama and have had a steep fall from grace. The big one that we're talking about today is VShojo. VShojo started with just a group of indie VTubers that kind of came together, and the whole idea is that they would be in control of their intellectual property, where Hololive and Nijisanji, if you quit that company, you can't be the same VTuber that you were inside of that company. And VShojo, because they were all VTubers before VShojo, they can be the same VTubers after they leave. And you can, proof of that is with Silvervale. She left VShojo, she's still Silvervale. So, the other day, Iron Mouse, which is one of like the big figureheads of that corporation, that company, basically said that VShojo stole, allegedly, $500,000 that was supposed to go to charity. That's bad. Nobody likes that. Stealing from charity is always good. Or is never good. Sorry, never good. And we all hate that. But VShojo was kind of a problem before this kind of came to light. You see, when VShojo first started, they were doing this open audition thing where anybody could apply to join. And a lot of people thought that it would be a great opportunity for them to get more popular, to have more collabs with other VTubers, and more support and stuff like that. Well, that was all lies. Because if you followed along for as long as I have, then you know that the only people who joined VShojo were friends with the members of VShojo. This company was like the nepotism company. And I remember at the time I was very mad at all of the members at the time because they wanted to lie to people's faces about it and say, no, you can absolutely join. Please send in your application to join us. It hurts our feelings to see that so many people think that they don't have a chance to join. Well, that turned out to be absolutely true. 100% true. And I knew it at the time. A lot of people knew it at the time. But I finally got evidence. I finally got the proof. So let's go to the recording. I was on Twitter before I started stream and before I took my shower, and I just so happened to catch this moment of Buff Pup, another indie VTuber, talking about how her friend was pretty much guaranteed to join until VShojo did something. Take a look at this.
Are they gonna talk to her or whatever? This is the part. I don't know if Rose has talked about this part. I think she has. So 2-3 months go by. Okay.
So I didn't actually manage to record the entire thing, but basically, Buff Up is a member of a group called Vtubing. It's not so much a company as it is just a group of her and her friends and her partner, Shia. But before they formed this group, Rose Doodle had applied to VShojo and made it to like the 4th round, where basically all she needed to do was do an interview and then she would be in VShojo. There you go, contact.
2-3 months go by. Okay. And okay, hi, how you doing? And she gets there, she's about to do the interview, and like she's like at the point where it's like you do the interview, you're in. Okay, like that's like where she's at. Okay. And it was like round 4. Yeah, it was like round 4. It was like she's like there basically. Okay. And then at the point where she gets there, they're like, hey, by the way, this has been a year. I think it's been a year and a month at this point. It's been like a year and a month that we have waited from all the way from the beginning. Okay.
A year and a month to join VShojo.
It's been a long fucking time, dude. It's been a long fucking time. We get there and they send her an email, and the email is like, hey, we decided, even though that you were gonna get interviewed for VShojo or whatever, we have decided to just cancel all applications because we just want to pick someone. and Rose was like, oh, okay. And
so application process a whole entire year and a month only to be told, oh, we're just going to pick someone. And this is after Zentrea, Iron Mouse, Fruit. I don't remember if Silverveil put out a tweet. Vebe, Nyanners. Basically, everybody who was a member at that time had a tweet that almost pretty much read the same. It was worded a little bit differently, but it was like, we're not picking our friends only. You know, there's an application process. Please apply. And then VShojo behind the scenes is telling people, oh yeah, we're just going to pick someone. And that someone just so happens to be a friend of like VShojo members already.
Year of torment. Okay.
But it gets worse. It gets worse.
All of us we were like canceling trips. We were like trying to figure out what to do with our best friend. We were like doing all this other stuff. We were like delaying the stuff that we wanted to do because we were wanting to do stuff together, hence why Vtubing wasn't made, you know, earlier, and like all this other stuff. And we were like, okay, like blah blah blah, whatever. Then the part that gets me the part, Victor, I know you're gonna laugh. The part that gets me is that because they like canceled it, they were like, hey, would you like a $500 voucher?
Yeah, that's kind of bullshit.
You want
$500 for a year of waiting, huh?
Yeah.
Great place for opportunities.
I can't. They were like, sorry for wasting your time. Here's like $500. And then I was like, and we all sat there and we're like, cool. Cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for wasting a year of our lives. I really appreciate that. So ever since then, I have not been a very big fan of VShojo, because they have pissed me off from day one.
Understandable.
Day one, they made me angry. They made me really angry because my best friend, one of my best friends, was very excited about it and was like changing some things in her personal life to like help with it, and you know, I just it just made me angry. And then another thing that would make me angry, and this would also
this
make
is the other
angry
part. This is
too,
part 2.
is that
So I'm going to go back a couple of seconds and then add context for this part. Is when you're in a corporation, or when you're in a company, or even when you're just popular, right? You're not like an open access type of person. Like, not just anybody can come and say, hey, can I jump in on your call and can we play a game, or can we just hang out? Obviously, because everybody would be trying to do that and it would get, chaotic. Clout chasers would be trying to get in on your stream so that they can get attention and, just subvert your stream and your ideas and stuff like that. But there's a limit to how far that should go, where, if your friends are being blown off because one of them is in a company and the other isn't, or something like that, which is a very common thing when it comes to VTuber agencies, like, Hanya can't just go and do a collab with a member of Face Connect whenever she feels like, or she can't do a collab with a member of Hololive whenever she feels like. And guess what? That sucks.
Me angry, and this would also make Mouse angry too, is that, anytime we wanted to hang out with Mouse, it was like a fucking like shitting contest. It was like, oh, well, are you friends with the talents? Because I won't let you join our little server to come hang out with our, and then like we would all be like, hello, like we just want to hang out together. Like, can we just like hang out together? And they're like, well, I don't know how well you know them. And it's just like, it would always be this like shitting contest. It always felt like this,
I don't know what she means when she says
ceiling
shitting contest.
trying to, the Minecraft shit, yeah, Victor, like it always felt like I was like, damn, I just want to hang out with my fucking friend that I hang out with offline. Can I just please fucking hang out with her? Like, that's what it felt like all the time. Can I please just hang out with my friend? Please? Buff brand risk pup. Literally. Like, literally.
So that sucks. And, having to jump through hoops just to be able to, like, speak with someone is very, like, it's very celebrity coded. And in a lot of cases, it's, like, pretentious and annoying. And it's a bad look when information like that comes out. And I remember Lord Aethel was going to do a collab with one of the members of Hololive, and eventually it got to the point where he's like, it's way too many hoops and not worth the trouble. Like, if we were going to do a thing, we should just be able to fucking do it. But it's such a process that it ended up just not happening. But also, I want to bring up one Shy Lily. And it's interesting because Shy Lily always has something to say when some drama goes down. So I have a tweet here from the Orca. And it says, hold on, switch. Good thing I trusted my gut feeling when VShojo tried to recruit me. Their contract was riddled in red flags and basically legal robbery. This makes me sick to my stomach, Please, if you can, support Mouse and the IDF. IDF is the charity in question that didn't receive the $500,000 from the charity event that Iron Mouse held. So, Buff says that it's hoops to get into just a server to hang out with people in VShojo. Shy Lily says that the whole thing reeked of just bad vibes, bad juju all around. But since VShojo formed, both of them have done collabs with members of VShojo. So yeah, there are hoops to jump through, but they did jump through those hoops. Why? If it's such a pain, why bother? Surely nobody would go through the rigmarole of spending time with someone else just for some sort of monetary gain or promotional purposes. No, nobody would ever do that. Nobody would ever use financial progress or career progress as a means or reason to justify, just hanging out and spending time, right? On stream playing video games. Does that not? Nobody would do that. That would be crazy. That would be very, very business of them. Somebody who doesn't really care about friendship. Somebody who's only in it for the money. That would never happen, right? Never. Never, never. It's crazy. Crazy. Because now indie VTubers often think that they need to be in a company in order to see the type of success that they want. And they're willing to be an indie VTuber and then abandon all of that to join a corporation whenever the opportunity arises. But so many of these corporations have driven their talents to things like depression and quitting and self-harm and a bunch of other negative things. Stress and all of that you can get all of that crap without a big business. These are all things that you can get by yourself. So hopefully this helps people redefine their goals, small VTubers, so they're not just like, oh, I'll do anything to join a corporation. Well, do you really want to join a corporation? Really? Maybe you're better off doing your own thing by yourself? There are plenty of pros and cons, sure, but at the end of the day, your hard work is the only thing that's going to matter. And I don't think I've ever met anyone inside of a company or out who said that things were easier. There is no easy way to success. It wouldn't be success if there was. But anyway, I've ranted about that for long enough.